You are too, because you are consuming content like this. The name of this channel is Holistic Manifesting because I believe in a whole body, whole mind, and whole being experience when it comes to manifesting these amazing lives that we are choosing. What I'm discussing in this video is the importance of understanding who you're surrounded by and how they impact your dreams and your goals. And this should be vice versa. I do not like the mindset of always discussing what people can do for us as opposed to how we can reciprocate to other people. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Anyway, how we can practice reciprocity to some degree. So sometimes we sit around and say what people don't do for us all the time, but it's like, are we actually doing that for them? You know, we can get caught up into so-and-so doesn't even they don't check on my children. They don't check on me. They don't check on how my life is going. But then you got to say, am I checking on them? Do I check on their children? Do I check on how their life is going? And sometimes that answer is no, right? And we have to think, am I giving out when I'm trying to get back in? So that's the premise of this particular message, just in case anybody's wondering. And so the importance of understanding who's around you and whether or not they are people that can benefit you, that can support you on the route of your best and highest self. And then in turn, that will be accomplishing your goals and seeing your dreams come true and manifesting these amazing things, being able to inspire other people because you are, focused. You are believing the best version of yourself. You are living the life that people truly want to live while they're here in the 3D, in this earth realm, right? So nonetheless, when we think about the abilities that we have and the opportunity that we have to influence others, we have to always think about that is a two-way street. I was sitting in a seminar about 2 weeks ago because I'm always signing up for something. I'm always sharpening this tool, right? It's just self-mastery is the name of the game. I was sitting in there, and one of the last exercises that the facilitator asked us to do was make a list of all the people around you that can support your dreams, right? And so many people in the seminar, so many women, it was women in a seminar, were like, I don't have anybody to put on that list. And I was like, dang, that's sucky. And I was thinking to myself that I've had moments in my life where that was true also too, where you couldn't put one person down. So the reason why it was so important is because we had this one particular goal that we were working on, and we'll be working on it for the next few weeks. So in this particular goal, it's a really specific task. So my particular goal was related to being an author. And so she was like the very practical aspect of it, not who's going to be like, girl, you're so great, high five and like giving you that. That's good support too. But she was like, who could specifically support you, who understands what you're working on and who can help you recreate that or either expand and grow and create what you want to experience in your life in that specific area. And so when I was sitting there, I had about 2 names that are involved in the area of being an author, that are involved in the area of publishing books and writing books. And then that's where my list kind of ended, right? And so many people had these particular dreams or ideas or goals that they were working on, and they had no one to put in the category of someone who can give them insight, someone who's already accomplished it, someone who can give them encouragement specifically to developing themselves to accomplish that goal, right? So it's kind of like if you had like really specific financial goals and they were like, who around you could support you? So many people were surrounded by people who had less financial abundance than they did, who were not evolved in that space emotionally and spiritually, and where they were like the number one person for financial abundance in their surroundings. So when it was time to make that list, they didn't have any names to add to the list. And she was like, that's your number one issue right now. So by the time we come back together the next time, you need to be able to add one person to that list, even if it's somebody that you met online in a workshop, at a mentorship or something like that. And so that was like an eye-opener to me, because so many times that we have these goals and we have these dreams and we're really not surrounded by the right people for those specific things to happen. Something that I've been working hardcore on, which was not my goal for this particular thing, is becoming a full-time sociology professor again, because I kind of moved away from it, but I truly feel like I have more to offer in that area and I want to start doing this work again. Well, one of my favorite people, one of my best mentors, is a sociology professor. Always has been, right? And so I find myself having more conversations with her lately, gravitating more towards her space. We had an online group that we met with a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her to stay on so I can just have a conversation with her afterwards. So if I'm sitting down making a list about that particular goal, it was like, who can help you get there? That's one person who I know has options, can open that door, has, is receptive in that area. And then also too, I realized I was looking at my list of references for things that I want to accomplish in life. So sometimes I have a list of references, like professional people that I go back to. And only one of them was a sociology professor, but I know several more, and people that have been my mentor, they've been my colleagues. So I went back and revamped that list to include the people that I've, even worked for and worked with in the past. And I was like, how come these people aren't on my list? And so what it did is open the door. And one of the people who was like the department chair where I used to teach consistently was like, she pointed me to 2 full-time positions, but they were out of the state that I was living in when it came to teaching sociology. And I really wanted to latch on to the opportunities, but I wasn't willing to move at the particular time. So even something like that, just having that energetic connection to someone that and the door being open and them being contacted to give you a reference for something, that truly opens up the space for you to grow in that area, right? So if you're thinking about that, who do you have around you in specific terms that can help you accomplish a goal or create something in your life that you would love to create? A lot of times we're just not surrounded by the right people. We should always be looking to be surrounded by someone that's doing better than us in an area where we want to expand and grow, right? And so another thing about me, I'm around another person who's a published author and who has a really expansive catalog and has sold many books in different arenas. And that's not a place that I have completely grown to where I want to grow to yet. And so if I'm looking at that area, I can put that person's name on a list, because sometimes it's just even being in the vicinity of their energy, being in the vicinity of the mindset that they have in order for that door to have opened for them, being around the energetic flow of how they see the world, how they think. And then it'll start to shift your mindset. If you have any limitations in the area of completing that goal, this person has completed that goal, so they don't have the same limitations. So maybe a way that you're speaking or thinking may not be beneficial for you, and you get around this person and you're able to drop some of that stuff. You're able to speak in a different language, and you're able to approach life differently. You're able to have different conversations related to it, right? So think about that in your life. Who in your life, who in your vicinity, who in your environment is able to be a solid support system specifically for a specific goal or dream or task or whatever it is you're trying to create or complete. And I think that even though we can have these online mentors and stuff like that, if you can get somebody in your personal space that is like that, if you reach out to someone who is somewhere where you want to be, 9 times out of 10, they will be very receptive. I've been around a lot of people who've mentored for people. I've been a part of mentorship programs. People love to share information. One of the things is they love a consistent person who's interested in learning and growing with them. But if they see you flaky, they're not going to spend a lot of time with you. They're going to be like, I thought she wanted to learn. I thought they wanted to grow. But just reach out to people sometimes, and not everybody's going to be available, but they can really help you just think differently, see the world differently, open up your perspective about something you're trying to create. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.